In the meantime, the fight against ISIS is taking center stage in the presidential race, obviously for obvious reasons. The terrorist ability to strike inside the United States is sparking a heated debate on military strategy as well as our surveillance programs and raising all sorts of questions. Our senior national correspondent, John Roberts, is live from Atlanta with more on how the top GOP candidates say they would defeat ISIS. A little compare and contrast here. Hi, John.
Hey, Jenna, good afternoon to you. You know, after the attacks of San Bernardino and Paris, Republican voters are even more urgently looking to the top candidates to see how they would come up with alternatives to how the Obama administration is dealing with ISIS. Polls seem to show voters are gravitating toward tough talk, and no one talks tougher than Donald Trump.
I would bomb the out of him. And that's right. I'd blow up the pipes. I'd blow up the I'd blow up every single inch. There would be nothing left.
While polls show more voters trust Donald Trump to handle national security than any of the other candidates, all of the top 5 candidates say they would join him in expanding the air war against ISIS. But that is where they begin to part ways. For example, Ted Cruz is the only candidate who says he would not put more U.S. troops on the ground in the Middle East to fight ISIS. Let's listen to Jeb Bush and then Cruz.
The United States, in conjunction with our NATO allies and more Arab partners, will need to increase our presence on the ground.
I don't believe the answer is sending boots on the ground to Syria. I think President Obama and I think far too many Republicans are eager to get us in the middle of an internecine civil war.
So a big difference there between Cruz and the other candidates. He also parts ways on the idea of creating a no-fly zone. He's joined on that point by Donald Trump, but Cruz again stands alone on the idea of creating safe zones inside Syria. Basically, Cruz is saying the United States should stay out of Syria altogether in terms of putting people on the ground and enforcing things like no-fly and safe zones. All of the candidates agree they would arm the current. Part ways again on what to do about refugees. Trump, Carson, and Rubio say they would admit no refugees into the United States. Cruz says he would allow in Christians only. Bush says Christians and some Muslims. And one final split over the idea of bringing back the NSA metadata surveillance program. Trump, Rubio, and Bush all say they would reauthorize that. Carson and Cruz say it's an invasion of Americans' privacy. And that's where they stand on the whole when it comes to dealing with ISIS. Jenna?
Very interesting series you're doing, John. Thank you very much.